with friends. Check out speedrunslive.com. When I checked last night, we're right here.
Why not?
Can we get a quick couch roll call?
Roll call?
What?
Tell them who you are.
Ah, okay. You can start.
No one wants to? All right, I'm I'm PJ.
Okay, so he's Dexter, and he's Batman.
You missed your chance. You could have introduced yourself. This is what happens.
Yeah. So I am the Mexican runner, and yeah, I will be playing Battletoads, as you can see. This pause video is really awesome. But just before starting, I really would like to give shout-outs to JC. This was originally planned to be a race between he and me, but unfortunately his flight got canceled, the second flight, and he couldn't make it to AGDQ. That's really bad news, because he's currently the world record holder of Battletoads. I'm just a little bit behind. The strats I'm gonna be using is what JC and me, we've been working for like 8 months. It's a mix of both strats, mine and his. So I'm gonna go for everything. So I hope you're gonna like it. This game is really awesome. And
what category are we?
it's 80% worthless, right?
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah. Just let me reset. So. So, 3, 2, 1, go. Not take the word. Not take the word.
Don't take the word. Just get punched by the pig or something, so you can't take it. There you go. Yeah, so like the Mexican runner said, he and JC have pushed this game so low in the past year, it's ridiculous. Like, it's way lower than I thought was even possible. Well, it's definitely lower than I thought was possible because of a new trick that we'll talk about later. But the execution in these runs is insane. So that right there is something you're going to be seeing a lot of in this run. It's called a dash jump. Pretty simple. So when you dash, you press toward twice. If you press jump on the same frame as the second toward input, you carry dash status into the air. And you move really, really fast. Like, you move faster than dash speed, even. But it lets you headbutt in the air. I don't even know if that's the important part. Just, you go fast. That's it. Nice.
So in some stages, you can kill yourself. You lose all your health, but you don't lose lives. So really cool.
Yeah, it's great. So, I guess I'll explain it right here since we've got some time. In stage 3, there's a pretty significant glitch with the turbo tunnels, and it's basically the game just being confused with how the check. Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Okay, that's worth mentioning.
That's a new strat. To every single time you do like a super punch with these toads, you're making a delay of 6 frames, something like that. So what actually that was my strat.
Yeah.
I discovered that if you're pressing down and you punch, you get a consistent kick on those bursts,
Yeah.
and you're avoiding that delay, which is
Yeah,
really
you save
nice.
that lag. Saving time on auto-scrollers is
It's
a fun
crucial.
part of speedrunning.
Yeah.
So in stage 3, in the beat 'em up section, when you die, you respawn exactly where you died. But on the bikes, when you die, you restart at a checkpoint. So if you get on a bike and die before you hit the checkpoint, the game doesn't know where to put you, and it does horrible, horrible things to itself. So fortunately, I had a conversation with Fios, a taster of this game, and a good friend of mine, and he explained this to me and told me exactly what to read out. So I'm going to read it straight to you. So he says here, the ability to die in a jet was known back since 2005, but no one came up with ways to use it. But then in 2007, a Russian guy, Resistance, was messing around with playing 2 toads alone and dying in that jet with one of them. So we found various glitches, and suddenly one of them was finishing the level. So just random things are happening, suddenly the level ends, you're in level 4. That's pretty cool, because it skips the entire turbo tunnels. So Fios tried to reproduce it for an emulator movie, and Massaga from Hungary learned that it can be called when you press all buttons except for A at the 2nd frame after you respawn. And that's what they use in the tests. And then the Zlomis in 2012, he's from Poland, discovered a way to use it for 1 player. And now suddenly it's being used in real time. So basically, a quick rundown. There's a certain object system in the game, and all objects, or the objects are all characters, enemies, items, some obstacles, even events. And basically, we want to call event 7F, which ends the level. Yes!
So long. No! I got a sheet of a. I mean, that is called the poo of a toad.
Scrambled eggs, Battletoads.
Basically, the game just soft lock.
Yeah.
So if you let me, I will reset. I will take the warp to this level and.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, man, just.
I mean, even if we won't let you, you have to do it anyways. There's no getting around that. But that's the danger of using this, because the game, essentially, the pointers are pointing to the RAM instead of the ROM, and it's just reading any random thing in there. And that's one of the trademark issues with Battletoads, and it's an absolutely massive programming oversight. The task for Battletoads right now is 56 seconds. And that is Massaga's run. I think he and the Zlomis traded back and forth a lot in the past year. This game received some significant attention this year. So they play 2 players, they get here, they get on the bike, and they call the end of the game. And that's it. They play 1 stage, and
I'm gonna try one more time.
Here we go.
This is it's also pattern. Didn't got it again. Oh, but I can kill myself.
Yeah, okay. No problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a very, very, very precise trick.
Yeah.
Depend on the bounds of the arc
Yeah.
the dice falls down.
I think it depends on where you die after you respawn in the middle of nowhere.
We are actually, yeah, depends of the first bouncing pattern and how fast you die in the first bike. You're getting a certain bouncing pattern in the second screen after you respawn, and there's like 4 or 5 bouncing patterns. And for each one, you should do like a certain input. But the thing is that it's so hard to, yeah, Okay, it's so hard to see the bouncing pattern. Like now, this is a bad pattern, and I didn't got anything. Again, the game's so slow. So I'm just gonna reset, and I'm gonna play the normal level. Actually, it crashed.
Huh?
Actually, it crashed the game after.
Oh, nice.
So yes, sorry about that. That is it's a very risky, bad trick.
Yeah.
I have to say that that trick saves 2 minutes and 6 seconds in the runs.
Yeah.
So that's why, like, while speedrunning, you should go for it, yes or yes, because there is no other way of getting a world record if you don't get that. So right now, I'm gonna play the bikes level.
Yeah, it skips the entire auto scroller.
Yeah.
So in fact, the current best is low 13s, right? 13, 20 something.
Yeah, the any percent is 13, and I believe it is 31 SDA timing by JC.
Oh, okay.
There is also a trick that if you jump,
Yeah, if you jump right before you get in the bike, the game, I don't know what it does. Carries your momentum or something, you fly into space.
you can also jump these walls, but you need like watch your bouncing. So yeah, basically this was a really relaxing part while speedrunning this game before JC adapted that glitch into real attempts, real-time attempts. So yeah.
Yeah, normally this stage is pretty hard. And by normally, I mean like when you're playing it for the first few times, this is like what most people remember of this game. But after you play this, 10,000 times, it's not as hard. You tend to know where things are. So it's just, Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. There's also that trick. I mean, you can jump through like platforms.
Yeah. It's interesting because the stage gets really easy when you learn it, and then you get bored and you start fooling around, and then it becomes hard again because you just keep killing yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
So anyways, yeah, the any percent is like, it's really fast, 13 and a half minutes. Before the bike glitch was found and skips the entire game and the tasks, I think the best task was around 13 minutes. So.
13:25, I think.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
The best as one player.
There was obviously some timing difference because I start from power on versus from pushing start.
Yeah,
but
that's true, yeah.
still, the fact that the runs are this close to the task because of this glitch is insane. So. Yeah, this game has issues.
Well, yeah.
As I said, it becomes hard because we play around in this stage.
Yeah, actually, normally I have a sound cue here because the sound is a little bit low.
I can turn it up for you?
Just a little bit,
Yeah.
it would be great, man. The music is so great to enjoy. So. Just like that, 12, it's fine.
That's good?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine.
Oh, geez, I don't know what's going on in this stage. I know that snowman up there causes it, though. This stage is really rough. I think this is probably the hardest stage in the speedrun. This is a very execution-heavy level.
It has 2 really hard tricks.
One of them.
Oh.
Nice!
So good. Yes!
All right, so just a reminder, each dash jump is frame perfect, and to jump over the snowball with the second dash jump is very, very precise. So not only do you have to hit 2 frame perfect jumps, but the positioning is very tight. That's a really, really great skip.
Honestly, that is the hardest trick in the game, and probably it's one of the hardest tricks in the NES. I can't say it. Honestly, it's really hard, that thing. Here is another precise jump, that one, which looks really awesome.
So the collision detection on those spikes is excellent. if you're holding down, you won't get hit by it. You can be in the air, you can be punching, you can be being hit. If you're holding down, the game will not detect that you're there. It'll think that you're crouching underneath. So that's why you can kind of shimmy past it. And yeah, you can trigger the checkpoint early there, so instead of having to wrap up around, you can just backtrack and toss your dead body across the finish line. And we're done.
Yep.
So you can do the same momentum trick you did with the bikes here, as shown. It's a shame. In Battletoads and Double Dragon, you can fly forever once you get above the screen. But gravity exists in this game, so it does pull you back down. I don't know if I don't know anything about speedrunning this stage. Do you, is it just surviving?
No, it's not surviving. I mean, like this part is of course an auto-scroller, but when you're standing, like in the next part, there are some invaders, space invaders, which is the legacy of the Atari into Battletoads. If you kill them fast enough, you are able to just move around. Because if you let them stay there, you're gonna lose a few seconds. It's not too much. And also, these walkers, you try to kill them as soon as possible.
Yeah, and you want to kill enemies with the headbutt, if possible. He has 3 health, so 2 headbutts wouldn't kill him. But the headbutt has a faster animation than the boot does. It seems trivial, but really the game is at this point.
Yeah.
We mentioned in stage 2, he's choosing his attack based on how much lag it causes. So you really want to choose the fastest animation attack whenever possible.
Oh. Anyway, one thing is really remarkable about Battletoads. Every single level is like it's really cool in its own. It has a very good design, every single level. The sprites of the Toad is just a lot of sprites that you have in every single level. You know, like this one is really cool, this surf board.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, there are more levels to come up that are really cool. I die. Yeah, the hitbox is really weird in these mines.
Yeah.
Like, for example, I'm gonna try to show you. If you're like in the above part of some mines, it's not gonna kill you. But like sometimes in the bottom part, the hitbox is really huge.
Yeah.
So that happened there.
Yeah, dodging these is really tricky.
And also, these mines are random, so if you kind of don't react in time, or you're just in a bad position that there's no chance you can go up, you may die like that.
Yeah, so sometimes you'll be in the middle, and a mine comes straight in the middle, so you dodge up, and then they put like a few mines just slightly higher and higher and higher until you run out of place to dodge, and then
there's
you
also
explode.
a way that the mines will trap you. We call it that it's a sandwich, because there's no way you can escape.
Yeah.
And also, these mines, they have different speeds. Sometimes they go slow, and if they put like, let's say 2 slow mines and then a fast one, it's gonna be that you have no room to move, and you just die instantaneously sometimes.
You can sometimes get lucky and get like a really high bounce off the surfboard and go right over it. But that's usually not the case. If you try that, you usually just explode.
Just a reminder, our donation tracker is currently down and under maintenance. We can't accept donations at the moment, but we will let you know as soon as it's up. And all donation incentives for this game and everything since the tracker went down will be extended.
So this stage is where you practice dash jumping, because there's really nothing else to do. And
Yeah,
crouch sliding. Yep.
Yeah, pro sliding.
You just kind of play around and have a good time in this stage. And if you're playing 2-player, you make sure that you jump when your partner's not, so that he dies.
I'm not gonna take the warp, but I'm gonna try to show a trick. That is a speedrun trick to grab the warp really fast. Since this is warpless, I didn't take the warp. But you know, that strat is really precise because you require the dash jump, which is frame perfect, in a certain timing while the snake is going up. And that's pretty cool. It saves 1 second over the normal way of going up and then running to get the warp. I just wanted to show you. It's really cool.
Yeah. 1 second is pretty big on a stage that's essentially an auto-scroller.
Yeah.
Is now a good time to read some donations?
The donation tracker is
tracker
down.
is down at the moment.
Oh, for everybody.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, this one here.
Oh yeah.
Well, not this one, but there's one in the third area that
This is the third area.
Yeah.
But yeah. I'm gonna
Um,
show you something that the people normally don't see. Is that the bottom? Yeah, normally people is grabbing
I'm
the snake.
pretty sure people have seen the bottom before.
oh,
They
okay.
just haven't survived it.
Okay.
Yeah, this snake here, if you get on the right side when it's coming up here, there's a very difficult collision detection that the game is not prepared for. Right there between the snake, you can squeeze the toad, and the game plays at like 5 frames per second, and drops your input like crazy, and sometimes kills you. Basically, you don't want to do it in a speedrun.
Yep.
So there's another suicide in this level, but this one's actually useful. You can skip a few snakes if you just toss your dead body into the exit again. It's very useful.
Just a reminder, be sure to advertise this marathon on Twitter, hashtag AGDQ 2014.
Tell all your friends. Call all of them. Wake them up. Tell them to watch some Battletoads. There's still a lot left in this run.
So probably this is the level that not many people have seen ever, because it's kind of hard to get. Normally, the people, the ones who know the warp, they're just taking the warp. There's a speedrun strat that you punch those rats instead of making the big punches. Like, no. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So
Might have
by the way,
been made slightly more difficult than it had to be.
I was doing dash jumps in all those logs. I mean, yeah.
I was very impressed by that. The collision detection on those logs is sketchy sometimes.
Yeah, I let the rat kill his partner. Okay.
This is my favorite auto-scroller in the game. I like this one a lot.
Yeah, not
Except
mine.
the fireballs.
You know, there is such a funny thing that I realized when I came here to the practice rooms. The TV I'm currently playing at home, it has a delay on it, like 0.2 of a second since the image or something like that. And when I first came here, I was like doing everything earlier. So
Yeah.
that was crazy, and that is because now I have no lag. And that was crazy, especially this part. I normally die a lot when I play it at home because it's random and you need to react on time. But since now it's no lag, it's slightly easier. Still, it's hard to do everything. One up, and but yeah, it's just really cool, this part.
Yeah.
There is a safe spot like here in the bottom. Sometimes the people use it. Also, I'm gonna try to show up. There is a safe spot here at the bottom. The bottom missiles are not gonna hurt me there. But you know, that's not the way to play this part. So I'm gonna try to go up to try to don't die. I don't know if it's gonna work. It's worth trying.
I have faith in you.
Thank you. So yeah, basically it's 5 in the bottom, and this is the last part.
Yeah.
Yeah, one up. I love getting those one ups
Yeah.
while possible, but while speedrunning, you're really afraid of dying. Like, you're just keeping yourself at the bottom.
The game can detect when you're speedrunning too, because sometimes it'll put a fireball like right next to the one-up in that area.
Yeah, that's true. You know, the game is so unpredictable
Yeah.
in many ways. So this is the last checkpoint, and because of the lag, it's really hard for me now to do the last part of this thing, so I will have to try to focus. Okay. I mean, you can speak freely with people.
I do not want to right now.
Okay, nice.
I'm watching intently.
Just a reminder, we are currently running a donation marathon for the Prevent Cancer
Nice.
Foundation.
Okay.
Each year, more than 1 Each year, more than 1.6 million Americans will be diagnosed with cancer, and more than 580,000 will die from the disease. However, research shows that up to 60% of cancer cases and more than 50% of cancer deaths are preventable with the knowledge we have right now. The Prevent Cancer Foundation is the only U.S. nonprofit organization solely devoted to cancer prevention and early detection. Visit preventcancer.org to learn more.
So this stage is it's really fun to play, but it's very difficult. It's a very fast level. What he's doing in almost every single jump here is, well, I call it ledge canceling. I don't know if that's what it's called, but that's what I call it. If you, when you're going up on a jump, if you touch the edge of a ledge, you land on it instantly, like those three. Same with springs. If you pass through a spring, you'll instantly land on it. So it saves the time from having to wait for gravity to pull you back down. You can instantly land on it and jump again. And it makes the climbing very, very, very fast.
So this is probably one of the, I mean, it's not the hardest fights, but probably the people, when they first play the game, this was a really tough fight. The strat I'm using is quite good. I'm just juggling Romanos. But it's not that easy as it looks like, but since I was doing this since such a long time, it's quite not a harder fight for me now, but it's really hard because that guy can kill you easily.
Yeah.
There's
You'll be okay. You'll be okay. As long as the electricity is still on the right cycle, I think you're fine.
I'm not sure. So I will have to guess here to don't get electrocuted.
No whammies. Oh.
Okay, that may happen, and you can die actually. Oh, I'm gonna die.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
I don't know. Yeah, die.
Like I said, you're all right.
I'm gonna try.
DJ tells you you're all right.
Yeah, man.
So at the start of most stages, if you hold the jump button, you'll jump immediately, regardless of where you are. The game really doesn't care. So you can jump right over the boundary of that stage and swim out of bounds through to down there. And it skips one gyrocopter. But because you don't kill those electrobots, they're still attacking you over there. So that's what happens.
So is it possible to get through that way?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
and it's faster. It's not even risky
Yeah,
if
it's not
you
even
do it
risky
right.
if you do it, really right. The problem was that you saw my toe like touching a water door. If you go too far to the left, you're gonna land in a invisible water there in the wall. I don't know how is that possible. Yeah. So
It's
that
Battletoads. Anything is possible.
Yeah. So since I get there, I screw up all the time, and the electricity actually killed me just by that. Because it has to be really precise, and so that delayed me, and I was not sure about the delay.
So that's some pretty significant hitbox abuse. Those big spikes really only have hitboxes on like the top half. Oh, nice. Hammerfish are deadly. So you can just squeeze right between those and the ground spikes in most cases. There's another one coming up right here. This is my favorite stage. I don't know about you. I love this stage.
Too much to think about. I need to find it in the game, but yeah.
It's just, there are so many cool tricks in this stage, so many things that save time.
Quite rare for a water stage to be so interesting.
Yeah.
Actually, the water stage, the one that you have the surfboard, I don't know why I like that stage. I mean, it's not like my favorite to speedrun or to play, but I just like how it looks like. Something like that. I like water, so that's true. Maybe that is the reason.
So if you jump like at the very, very precise spot, you can just jump right through the gyrocopters and you free fall there instead of having to wait for gravity to... Well, it's not even gravity. You're fighting against gravity.
There's a cool finding in here, which is a pixel perfect trick.
Nice.
Very nice.
Awesome. Great job. Yeah, so what he was doing there is punching to line himself up, and then you can buffer the swim through those spikes.
That's the thing with this game. You know, one hard trick after another hard trick, and more and more and more and more.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. But it's okay now.
We'll explain this after.
Okay, you can explain it if you want. Okay, there's. Oh yeah, you can explain it.
Okay.
If you want.
So what he was trying to do there is kill the rat, and the real boss of this stage is way down. There's 3 checkpoints to this level, and he's after checkpoint 3. But the rat has a boss flag, so if you kill him, the game thinks that, okay, the level's over, you killed the boss, great job. So right after the bomb breaks, you can headbutt him and then kick him if you do it right. But it's pretty tight. Nice. So in a speed run, it's really cool because you just race down there. You don't wait for the rat, and the rat, like the game, still tracks his position, so he's still bouncing back and forth above you. And when you kick the bomb, you have to kind of predict where he's going to fall because you have to headbutt him before he leaves the screen. So I don't know what method you use, if you listen for when he hits the wall and kind of like try and track it in your head where he is.
That specific part with the rat was really hard. I mean, there's a bunch of methods. One is having a perfect fall and punching the dynamite as soon as you land. Then you listen to the pitch. There's like, there's a pitch, and there's a specific time when it changed like suddenly to a really lower pitch. So after that, it's like you count 1 second or something like that in your mind, and you start running, and yeah.
And then you hope he falls where you're expecting him.
Yeah, you're expecting it since if you had a perfect fall to land from the middle of the screen to the right at some point, more or less you know where. So that was a method that actually was working, like, I don't know, for me like 60% of the time. But later, I talked with Ictus, which was the previous world record holder of this game. And he told me that after hitting the dynamite, you can just walk to the left and to the right, and you will know where the rat is going to land, kind of.
Oh, okay.
And that was actually safer. You don't need an audio cue.
So this boss can do this high bouncing thing, or he can just kind of bounce along the ground and then do like a short hop at you, and that's what you want. Because then you can hit him more, but, you know, worked out.
And this stage is one reason why there will never be a 2-player speedrun of Battletoads, right?
There may be a 2-player speedrun of Battletoads, actually. You can game over as player 2, and then you continue in this stage. You can't. Player 2 can't move in that stage in the US version. In the PAL version, he can.
Oh, they fixed it.
Either they fixed it or they broke it when they released it here. I don't remember which came first.
But the PAL version is notably slower, I believe.
Yeah, it plays at 50 hertz. So those rhinos you normally can't boot, but if you're very quick, and you get to him shortly after you hit him with the stick, you can boot him. There's a very small window for that. And it's obviously faster than hitting him 3 times with the stick. Very nice. Yeah.
Okay.
This stage is extremely difficult to do this fast. Nice. That was a great checkpoint.
Yeah.
Wow, nice grab.
Yeah, the thing is that if you don't grab the pole, that the blowing guy is gonna kill you.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Don't move, don't move. Thank you.
So that time he jumped early to spawn the blowing guy,
Yeah.
and then you grab the. You still have time to grab the pole.
The thing is that you need to wait until the rhino is disappearing, because if you jump too early, you're not gonna scroll enough the screen to actually do something there. Wait. I don't like this.
Nice. That was a great stage. Great stage. So there's a great trick here. I don't know if Ichthus found this or if he's just the one that told me, but
Yeah, I don't know.
if you hit the queen the right way, she'll kick you immediately afterwards, and she'll just stay in the ground for the entire fight instead of using the tornado.
That's good. No, that's good.
Nice.
Okay.
Good.
I kick her ass. Oh yeah, time.
That was a giant time.
Don't want to listen to that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Time?
time. Time.
Time.
What? No, it's okay. It's okay.
Oh,
Anyway,
that was because of the
yeah,
turbo
yeah.
tunnels.
Do you think it's possible to show the glitch?
Do it.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna try to show you the actual glitch that I was trying. It's really quick. It's within a minute, but yeah, the thing is, it's so random, but it skipped the whole bike level,
Yeah.
which is a recent finding. Sorry. It's okay. It's okay. I
Do
hope.
you still have lives for it?
I will do the old way.
Okay.
Hopefully it's gonna work. There's an old way, the first way we've been trying it, which is something like this. I still don't got it. One last try. It's really impressive, that trick, because honestly it's just... Yeah, it keeps a lot of time.
Even getting a try at the glitch is difficult. Like, getting the bike to fall down is really hard. Like, you have to move faster than the camera can scroll, so you have to do a really big dash jump. And then the moment that you get in the bike, you have to dash backwards and hope that you can get it to fall.
Nah.
Yeah.
I got levitation, guys. That is a trick called levitation.
Very nice.
Okay. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Great job.
Thank you. Wow.
All right, you just watched the Mexican runner play Battletoads. Up next, we have Dwarf with Kid Icarus. Just a reminder, we are currently running a charity marathon for the Prevent Cancer Foundation, whose mission statement is research, education, and outreach for the prevention of cancer.